Alright guys, here we are back on NR2003 and today we have a very special challenge. If you followed my channel for a while, you will know that I have had some issues with losing gears in my transmission on NR2003. But today we are going to take that to the extreme. I'm going to have one gear in my gearbox for this race. We do actually know about it, so I'm going to set up the car in a way that it can run pretty well in first gear exclusively. This is going to be done at the original Infineon, no track.ini changes. This is the completely vanilla Infineon Raceway that comes with NR2003. Going to be doing a 6-lap race, 42 AI opponents, 100% AI difficulty. It's really going to come down to qualifying for us here, so we only have 6 laps in this one. So let's go ahead and continue, and we'll jump into the garage, and I will show you the set that we're going to run for this race. As you see, we got the one gear all lined up here, basically focusing mainly on the diff and the transmission ratios, making first gear as lengthy as possible. That way we can, kind of run through all the corners with it. So let's go ahead and jump out onto the track to qualify. This is going to be the money session right here. So we do need to start near the front with only 6 laps ahead of us. And you see we slowly roll off the blocks there as, yeah, this thing's got to be ready to take on this entire track in first gear. So we'll see what kind of time we could put in. Like I said, it's really going to matter a lot because we won't have much time to catch up to anybody if they get away in the race. So you'll see it's really boggy in some of the corners, it doesn't get back on the throttle very well at all. So yeah, we just really need to keep our momentum up here. That's going to be the #1 thing in this race. And we need to drive it without mistakes, which for me, is always a challenge to say the least. So we'll bring it through the S's. Just got to be really careful. Don't want to get it revving too high here, as it can cause you to lose some grip. And then we'll take it out. We'll probably clip the limiter a little bit here. So it's just a sacrifice we're going to have to make. Get it slowed down. Want to keep it from sliding through there if we can. And then this is going to be the corner that hurts the most with the first gear only. As you see, it's going to bog way down here. We're going to stamp on the throttle and let it rev back up. I'm actually going to kind of weave wide here. Let me get some momentum going.
Okay, here comes your time lap.
Alright, this is it right here. We got to lay it down. Go uphill for the first time, make sure we don't overshoot, keep the tires gripped up, jump back on the throttle. It's not really likely to spin when it's revving that low, so can kind of stomp on the throttle pedal. Actually bottomed out a little bit there at the bottom of the hill. That was interesting. Sliding it into the chute, not ideal, but kept our momentum up. And understeered a bit there on the exit of the chute. Again, just trying to keep the momentum going though. So head off into the S's. Stomp back on that gas pedal. Head towards the final section. Alright, pretty decent here. Let's finish off strong in the hairpin. Getting really close to cutting the track there, but probably as good as we could take it. And we'll have to see where this time stacks up. Again, this is going to be the most important part of the race right here. It's a 1:16.0, and it's going to be good enough for 3rd position. All right, that's going to be huge for us, as that'll put us right in the front. Looks like Ricky Rudd, Rusty Wallace, us, Tony Stewart, Mark Martin making up the top 5. All right, we know what we need to do. Let's get to the race.
Drivers, start your engines!
Alright guys, it is race time here at Infineon. 6 laps ahead of us, starting from the 3rd position. We're going to shift up into 1st. That's all the shifted we're going to do in this race. So we'll slowly roll it off the grid here. Hope you guys do enjoy this one. If you are new to the channel and you would like to help me out, it would be much appreciated if you could subscribe. But I do thank you just for watching, and I will let you know that I'm taking no prisoners in this race. I'm going to win at all costs. So if that means it's got to be divebomb city, then so be it. I've got the torpedoes locked and loaded on this one. So we're going to see what we could do. Really want to try and get up to the front here on the first lap if possible and just defend from here on out because, lap 1's a good time to make moves. So here we go. Waiting a long time to get the green. we do, our acceleration is going to be really bad, so look to make our moves mid-corner and stuff. We're going to clear ourselves up into second right there and look to the inside of Rudd through the uphill right-hander. Not quite, as you see on the throttle, he pulls away. Try and come back at him here. We're going to take a diver right here to the inside.
Still there.
Clear him, not quite. We'll be side by side through the chute.
Stay on the right. Clear. Left side.
Again, gonna try and hold it on the inside here. It's just on the throttle, we get creamed.
Still there.
So we're gonna leave him the room that he needs right there. Gonna come back at him. Really bunny hopping the curbs. Okay, that's not how you're supposed to do it. Oh, that gave him a bit of a gap. We're gonna have to try and run him back down. So coming to the end of lap 1, pretty good. I would have taken second place here. Just gonna cut it as much as we can. I think this is where we're really gonna lose out compared to the AI. I'm gonna try and sniff that draft, but you see him just extending the gap there.
Just 5 more to go.
We got 5 left now.
Okay, you're in second.
Okay, I can really afford to be patient with the move here, so that's what I'm gonna do. So there's no need to be overzealous. We've got plenty of time. Just gotta keep him on me. And just gonna keep an eye on that rear view, make sure that Tony's not catching up to me too much. I know Ricky Rudd is a pretty good road course racer, but I have to think Tony Stewart will be up here quick soon. Rudd's a little wide. We're not close enough to stick our nose in on that occasion. Try and be a bit better here through the S's. You know, I'm just so used to like using the throttle to get the car to do what I want it to do, but in these weird RPM ranges that I'm not used to, you know, the car kind of responds differently on the throttle. You know, if you're revving it pretty high and you want to generate some oversteer, you know, give it a little gas, the thing will start turning for you. But in this case, it's a lot different. And we actually have Tony Stewart breathing down our neck now as we lost out a little bit there in the last sector. Definitely feels like we're stronger in the first half of the track. See, we'll close it right down. It's looking like it might be a 3-horse race. Head on into the chute. Just have to keep the momentum up. Cannot afford a mistake. Right, again wide. We're so close to getting our nose in there on the exit of the chute. Pretty close this time. Not quite close enough to dive it into the hairpin, I don't think, although we're going to drive it in as deep as we can. Really close to cutting the track there, but not quite. Almost a cone killer. This Tony Stewart's really creeping up behind me. This might get interesting here. Go up the hill again. Thinking a really good place to pass would be kind of on the exit of the chute. You know, when he runs wide, we can get our nose in there and try and hold it through the S's. That has really looked like the best opportunity so far. But we have to be right there to get it done, like right up against him, and this is a pretty good look. Will he go wide? He kind of protects the bottom, and it killed me. I just had to hesitate. And we're all off rhythm here in the S's. We're gonna lose. Bad time. Tony Stewart almost in my clutches now. And of course, we got the 3 fighting for the lead and then a huge gap to the cars behind. Could never be easy for me. It's always got to be something. And Tony Stewart just licked the stamp on me from a half a second back. Unbelievable. It's going to be 2 to go right here, and we're dropped down into 3rd. All right, it's go time.
Just 2 to go.
Time to sweat this one out. We're going to give Tony a little nudge, get him a bit loose there. Just terrible back on the throttle. Obviously. Trying to drive this thing to the edge. We have to go for it right here. Gonna lock it up bad. Just about clear him. Almost clean. Just tapped him there on my way through. That would have been the sickest dive bomb ever if I'd made that one clean, but gotta do what you gotta do. One second back. Slamming it into the rev limiter through there. Alright, I drove it in really deep that time to try and protect from a diver. It's going to be 1 lap. Got to make up, what, 8 tenths? Alright, we can do this.
White flag. 1 more lap to go. You're back in 2nd.
Oh man, I about wrecked it there. Got on the brakes and it started to brake left on me. Not good. We're going to straight line it through here as much as we can. Really get it out near the curbs.
Left side.
We're going to drift it around into the chute. Almost got there. Okay, we have to be close enough to dive it into the hairpin. He's a little bit slow through the S's. We're right on him. Oh, I just slipped a little bit wide right there. This is going to be a pretty big diver. But you know I'm going for it. All right, here it is.
Car left.
We're going to just about cut the track, and a perfect slide right in front. We're going to block him all over. Will it be a black flag? It will not.
You're in 1st.
And we're going to win.
You won! Hey, you just won a race. Next thing you know, Boston will win the series.
Oh god, I haven't heard that line in a while. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that race. Actually, a sick pass through the hairpin. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing to me. Man, that was probably the best move I've ever made on NR2003. I am still in shock about that one. Alright, well, I really appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next race.